Hey, what's up, guys? Xander here. So for this first video, I figured I'd just kind of jump right in, introduce myself, give a little bit of relevant background, and then tell you about the channel, the brand, and what you can expect moving forward. This is my very first video for Sober Social. I am super stoked. I am well, here, let me just start by introducing myself. First of all, as I already said, my name is Xander Crofts. I am a 22-year-old male living in Laramie, Wyoming. I'm actually in Cheyenne right now, but so I'm living in Wyoming. I recently graduated from the University of Wyoming in Laramie, and I don't drink alcohol. I am a teetotaler, 100%, since I was born. I I don't drink, and I also with respect to the relevance of this video with this channel and everything, I also am I value very highly, I prioritize my social skills, because I feel like, especially not drinking, I never really got that education. I feel like in school it was just kind of assumed that you were gonna be able to pick that up somehow, and it was also always very strange to me, like like you hear like in school, like don't drink and drive, and you're supposed to be able to like manage your consumption and things like this, but nobody ever really talked to the person that was like subtly interested in not drinking. It was always just expected that you would drink, especially when you got to college. And so when I got to college and I was still not drinking, and then on my 21st is when I really made the decision either to drink or not drink, to drink or not to drink, right? I in college I was like just kind of lost, not drinking, and I felt kind of out of place in social environments if I ever went to parties and stuff like that, which I did, but not as often as I would have liked to. And I also really never went to the bars. I never really had much reason to go to the bars, because I felt like, what do you go to the bar to do? You go to the bar to drink, and then of course once you drink and you socialize, you like meet people, you hang out with people you already know, and all that stuff. So not drinking, it was just kind of strange. I had to tread the waters in a kind of original way. That's not entirely true. I've learned a lot of my social skills from other brands, but they were never really. They alluded to like the importance of not needing alcohol in order to be good at socializing, but they never really emphasized that, and they never talked directly to that individual that doesn't want to drink. So if that's you, this is what I'm here for, my friend. This is what I love, and this is what I'm just so passionate about, actually getting started with this. So that's the direction I want to take this brand. Sober Social is all about showing you and then inspiring you. So that's the one hand, and then the other hand is like instructing you, telling you kind of practical step-by-step guides and principles or philosophies of the mind to be able to, on the less that's the practical side of actually being able to socialize. I kind of lost my train of thought. So there's like so there's an inspiration. I want to show you that it can be done without drinking, and then I want to be able to show you how to do it, regardless of really if you drink or not. If you want to continue to drink and you just want to learn from me socially, or learn from me how to socialize and how to be like friendly and charismatic, courageous, and have fun in social environments, because they maybe freak you out, even if you do drink, or maybe you want to wean yourself from drinking, or just slow down, or whatever the case is for you. That's what I'm here for. I am going to be the committed teetotalist, which is a new word for me as well. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Props to you. I had to look it up. I didn't look teetotal. I'd never heard that word. I had to look up word for person that doesn't drink, and I found that word, teetotaler. Teetotalism is like this practice, and it's the whole thing. So anyway, it's like teetotalism applied, or teetotalism commitment in the background of then improving your social skills. About a weekend, maybe a couple weekends ago, I think it was last weekend, I went out with my roommate Dallin, and he doesn't drink either, and that was a beautiful coincidence. Maybe it wasn't a coincidence at all. Maybe it was some sort of like the secret manifestation type thing. Maybe it was just God presenting an opportunity to me. Anyway, was very unlikely, I feel like, to run into another person just by chance, to him be living with me and him happening not to drink either. And I took him out with me here in Cheyenne. We came to Cheyenne together, and we went out, and it was kind of like this frame, because I had talked to him a little bit about like this whole social game I'd been playing, and we both were very well aware that neither of us drink, and he was, so it just kind of naturally unfolded as it was this frame of, I was showing him the ropes, like he had never really been out to he'd never been to the bars before, and he really hadn't really worked very much on his social skills either, and he was very interested in doing so. And because he hadn't been out to the bars before, he's newly 21, so I'm a little older than him. He was like, he kind of, what's the word, like, he passed on all of the leadership to me, and he made it so that, I was the one that was going to kind of show him the ropes when we went out. So anyway, we went out, and it was just a great time, I mean, I first of all, I didn't drink the whole night, which was very inspirational to him, I hope, and maybe he'll tell you different, but I think that, I did pretty well. And I kind of, I pushed him to approach people, I pushed him to dance. That was something that he was really not, I wouldn't say he was afraid of it so much as he was just like uncomfortable. He just didn't really have that much fun doing it, wasn't able to get very loose. And so I showed him that, and I pushed him to do it, and I got him to do it. And then I also, like I already said, I like served as an inspiration, approaching girls, making new friends. I even had this one guy come up to me, and he's like, "Hey, like I love your energy, man. You're out there like having so much fun." So anyway, he just, like, that kind of thing happened. And afterwards, after that night was over, I went back home, and before I fell asleep, I wrote about it because I journal a lot. And I was like, maybe I should do something along these lines. I mean, I never really identified very heavily as like this social guy. I mean, like I said, this whole not drinking identity, it kind of clashes with being like a social expert, especially teaching it to others. It was like, it never really occurred to me that I could turn that into something that I could actually do, and I could actually teach other people to do it from a place of like, I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm not just bullshitting people, because I never would want to do that. But I was like, I had so much fun doing it, and I was like, well, the fact that I don't drink already, I'm already so committed to that actually could be a very, very unique position of, like, here's my unique take on the more broad lesson, the more broad education of socializing. So that's how it came about, and now this is where I'm at. Just like, boom, abrupt stop to my whole thought process just now. I'm so thrilled, and I'm just happy to have you guys here with me. So until next time, thank you.